I've been doing this on YouTube for 20 years. 20 years. Since 2006. I've been in talk radio for, this is my 39th year. This is from actual terrestrial talk radio all the way through the various iterations and incarnations. And I've very rarely seen or been around somebody who really was ill. Really ill. Who should seek, I should say, some type of remedial, psychiatric, counseling, help, medication. I don't know. I'm not an expert. And I've met a lot of people. One person before I thought was just motivated by vitriol and hatred, but was close to that red line area where I thought we're going to need some kind of intervention. And I thought this guy was as bad as it gets. And he was run off pretty much. But Laura Loomer has hit levels of an absolute rabid, rancid. It's not even hatred against Candace Owens. It's far more dangerous than hate. It's this would be considered stalking, or this would be, and I'm making no legal conclusions or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm just saying, by virtue of how she has directed and vectored this hatred against Candace, it's not the normal, you're wrong, or you're an anti-Semite, or you're a racist. That's okay. This is, I hate you, God hates you, we hate you. This is the type of stuff, if you received a letter, it would be underlined in red, or there would be letters from a magazine, like a ransom note. It shows a level of, words don't even, vituperative. No. It's this focused, dangerous, fixated, targeted, identified sickness. And what's worse, you want to direct this towards Candace Owens? Are you mad? Let me explain. But first, this word from our sponsor. Last year, we talked about Alaska, a powerhouse of mineral wealth with a long track record of responsible development. Now it's back in focus with support from the Department of Defense and Department of Energy and the reopening of the Ambler Road project under President Trump. Momentum is building fast. Vizsla Copper, trading as VCUFF in the U.S. and VCU in Canada, has taken a major step forward. The company now owns 100% of the Palmer project, a high-grade asset believed to hold billions in in-ground value. It was even named by Alaska's governor in a memo to the White House as a priority for domestic critical minerals. And here is the headline. Washington just rolled out over $42 billion in support for critical minerals in early 2026 alone. We have seen this before. Similar backing sent other Alaska explorers up over 200%. Vizsla trades at a fraction of that value. Bottom line, America is rebuilding its mineral supply chain, and domestic supply is winning. Big thanks to Vizsla Copper for making today's video possible. I have been a lawyer, as you know, and a former prosecutor, and have seen people of all stripes, of all types, of all levels of emotional undress. And by virtue of it, you're always we've always seen this. We've always had clients or prosecuted people or in this particular area where we are constantly looking at the notion of mental illness, not just as a defense, not just as a problem for prosecution, but as a means of addressing what's really the problem here. What are we dealing with? Is this person best suited for the criminal justice system? Is this person best suited for a jail or for a psych ward or for some type of, inpatient? Now, as you know, we always have to do this. We live under a fear of we have to say allegedly. I mean, to the point where it's becoming comical. And I think we should just have scrolls that say, allegedly. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. I don't know Laura Loomer. I don't know her. I don't know her. I've never met her. I don't know if she were to sit in front of you and you were to say, Laura, about these things you're sending to Candace, would she wink and say, over the top, huh? Yeah, maybe. You've seen some people before. Have you heard sometimes people have said Alex Jones. Go, Alex is crazy. Alex is not crazy. Alex is not crazy in the least. He's a showman. I'm not saying he's insincere, but he's not insane. He's anything but insane. Brilliant. Nick Fuentes has said sometimes things where you think, my God, what is this? What is great? And then he's on another show and he explains it almost with a wink, almost showing, okay, maybe. So I'm thinking, okay, I got it. Again, his thoughts may be, and you can argue, and I'm not here to argue Nick Fuentes, but what I'm saying is he knows what he's doing. It's modulated. He's a showman, and not a shaman, but a showman. It's professional wrestling. I keep every time I do something, it always goes back to the heel and the baby face, and that's exactly what it is. They are. For the most part, many of us are showmen to an extent. You have to be. We're not reading a script. You have to see our personality, and we have to. Sometimes we'll go a little too far. Sometimes maybe we'll just, And then there's that, oh my God. There's that lock the door. This is real. This is, to use a wrestling term, this is a shoot. She's not kidding. Dear God, what is happening here? Oh my God. That's what we're seeing here. That's what we're seeing. Please see for yourself. I don't put up other people's, it's not my stuff. I'll let other people do this. But I'm looking at one thing right now. I'm just reading this thing. God hates you. This is a tweet. It's why he gave Charlie to Erica and why you didn't even get to say goodbye to him. Oh my God. God hates you. Look in the mirror and internalize how much God hates you. We all hate you. Humanity hates you. And you are irredeemable. This is the language that my wife deals with when she talks to parents whose kids submitted to online bullying and who self-harmed themselves. They are, it's this, you're worthless, you're miserable, go ahead, expunge yourself. No one will miss you. No one loves you. No one cares for you. Do you understand this? And what I'm doing is I want to stop bullying. I want to destroy you. It's sadism. It's as close to a verbal, it's like verbal homicide. I'm trying to destroy. I'm going to kill you. I want you. And what it is once it gets started, it's like you have this septic tank, sewer, garbage disposal, sump pump whatever this is in your soul, and it's just percolating and bubbling and boiling, and it's ready to just explode like a Vesuvius. And whenever it starts, you can't turn it off. Notice the frequency of her comments regarding Candace. Notice how each of them escalates. Each of them increases in intensity. It's part of this perseveration. It's this focus. It's this movie that I keep seeing over and over again. I can't stop. I can't stop. I hate you. And why? There is no why. There's no answer for this. There's no reason why people who are commentators or influencers or whatever you want to call this should hate at this level. This has nothing to do. Candace is the subject now, which, by the way, are you out of your mind? She will destroy you just to make a point. Candace, I don't know her, never met her, but I think I'm pretty perceptive. I think hers is a leave me alone and we'll do just fine, unless you mean kindness. If you don't, leave me alone. Let me get on with my family, my husband, my thing, my faith, my podcast, my stuff. I'm not going to bother you. Don't bother me. But if you do, ask yourself, do you really want this? It goes back to that Jack Reacher. Okay, remember the first movie with Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher, which was actually better, where he's about to get in this fight and he's about to basically kick this guy's gonads into pudding. And before he does it, he turns to him, he says, now remember, you wanted this, meaning what I'm about to do, when you are basically unable to move for the next 6 months, remember, tell yourself this, you wanted this. So what's so strange is like Laura doesn't understand. She's taking this woman on who is going to have legions of investigators, her own, I don't know who these people are. She found out every book that her mother, Laurie Franzl, returned late to the library for the past 50 years. And you want to unleash this on Laura? Now, Laura, from what we're hearing, and I'll let people know, I don't want to necessarily impugn people with allegations involving mental instability, because I think sometimes that's unfair. But what I'm saying to you is, something tells me you might have something there you don't want people to know. Don't push it. But she's red hot. Once the rage starts, once this focus, it's like nothing else. Please, I'm making no comparison. A serial killer doesn't hate its victim, but he will follow in this sense of almost like predation. It's the hunt. Hers is, you are on my radar. Maybe you have something I want. Maybe you have something I wish I had. Maybe you have something that I don't think you deserve. Maybe I should get that. Why should I have this? Why shouldn't I? It's everything you can imagine. It's the girl who was pushed around her whole life and then loses her mind. I don't know. This is not a well person. And not only that, these conversations of hers, again, I keep using predatory. What Milo has suggested, what other people have said, if 10% of this are true, what she has said to, these unsuspecting, like, get away from me. I mean, I want you. But the level of, if you listen to this vile, this rancidity, this focused, soulless, I want to destroy you. It's the type of person. It's like, I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if she has a doll with a pin in it, like a voodoo doll or something. It's this, I hate you. I hate you. And the hate, it's like once an animal smells blood, tastes blood, once it starts, once the rage has been tripped, once the thermostat kicks in, it's balls of the wall. It's uncontrollable. And nobody is paying her to do this. Nobody, if and we all wonder, are people paying people to say these things? Is she a hit man, so to speak, for some interest? I don't, we've all wondered. If they are, that's going to stop immediately. She is going to turn, she is already so radioactive that people feel icky, they feel sick, they feel dirty. This isn't normal. This is a very twisted, very sad person. And Laura, I'm telling you, Candace Owens will destroy you. I don't mean in the physical sense, I don't mean that. But you're going after her husband and her family, and you don't know when to stop. And not only that, you have to ask, and it's been said, what is the president? Who vets these people? Does he have any idea who he's? Kash Patel? Dan Bongina? Pam Bondi? Remember this? The people who hangs around. Remember Alina Habba? I'm thinking, do you understand the sobriety, to use that term, the seriousness of the office of the president and the people that you have enlisted to carry on, dear God, President Trump? Why? Why? But Laura, this is not an act. And we know an act. We know an act. We've seen the act before. We've seen others before act. You need help. Please reach out to someone. Rabbi, priest, they say you're not Jewish, whatever. I don't know what to believe. I mean, nothing surprises me. But this has got to stop. Because this is so unseemly. This isn't misinformation or disinformation or bad information or any of the usual stuff. You're not talking about, virus remedies or election revision or any of the other stuff that normally gets you canned. This shows this naked, bare bones, organic, I don't want to say psychopathic, but this, like when the shark attacks, that film that goes over its eyes, it can't see. It just goes into attack mode. And I think, again, being the expert like everybody else who has all these theories, Candace represents the last straw. Candace is the woman who has the success that Laura should have. That's her success. That's hers. I worked hard for this. I must be taken seriously. I'm tired of what they say about me. I'm trying. I'm really trying. And now you're standing in my way. And you represent, this is Laura speaking to Candace, you represent everybody who laughed at me, who said I wasn't smart enough or good enough or I was weird. Why are you enjoying the success? I'm as good as you are. I'm as smart as you are. I'm as popular as you are. Who do you think you are? I know the president. You don't. We hate you. You're not in our team. and I will do everything in my power to stop you. And it's not really you. Again, this is Laura speaking. It's what you represent. To which Candace responds, hearkening back to Mr. Reacher. Be careful, Laura. And remember, you wanted this.